If you could describe your day to day in one word, what's the word?
Chaotic.
In a good way?
In a great way. Like anything can happen at any time. It could be any job. It could be anything. It could be any country. It could be anywhere. So, I say chaotic, but in like a good way, because it just means that you never know what tomorrow could bring.
Yeah. So talk me through the day. What happened? You woke up at what time?
What, today?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, today there was no real work today.
Okay.
I woke up at maybe about 6 o'clock, maybe 7.
An early riser?
No, just when I have stuff to do, I won't be waking up early. So I woke up at like maybe 6, maybe 7, got in the shower, got like only half ready because I had a 5-hour driving lesson. And I went for my driving lesson. It was all right.
What did you do today?
It was like a refresher type of thing because I haven't like driven in a year and I want my driving license, the full one, so badly. But it's just taken me forever. These times I passed my theory like last year. So
You'll get there.
it was, I know. I was nerve-wracking at first. I got in the car and he was like, well, I'm going to test you. Let's see what you can remember. I was like, sir, nothing.
Nothing.
Like,
I've done it for years. So refresher for a reason.
Me. So he was like, no, just start the car. Let's see. I was driving in the middle of the road the whole time. I was like, no, sir, please, I want to
start from
So I pulled over, but then it ended up being fine. I remember some things, but from my test, I don't really remember like the highway code, which is obviously what you.
I just feel like that's probably even changed since you last did your theory.
Yeah,
I feel like a lot that was in your theory that was the highway code then. It's different now. Like there's these new signs in my area that are, Jev, you might also have them in your area. It's a red circle with a car inside and a motorbike inside.
Yeah, that means it's by schools, right?
Yeah, you can't go down it. But as far as
it means that you can't.
Right.
But since when?
Exactly.
But
I got a ticket too. That's how I found out.
From what I remember, the triangle is warning. Circle is infamy. Okay, that could be a lie. Because the blue one is information. The blue circle is information. Yeah. The triangle is like a warning. And then the circle is like something that you must abide by or something. I can't remember.
But for me, even with that information, the circle, it should have a cross through it.
Yeah.
That means I can't go through, which is why I was so confused.
Or the car red?
No, they were like black.
They're black. It's just a red.
It's a red circle, and then the car and the bike are inside.
I'd be zooming through that road.
Do you know how many times? And like these days, I was trying to get to my cousin's house the other day, and because this new sign has come up, I had to go all the way around because all of the by roads that used to just cut through.
Yeah. They've
got that sign.
Oh, is it?
So that's what I'm saying. Your theory or what you remember of the highway code a year ago is completely different now.
So what makes that? Who remembers their highway code here?
Oh no. No. If I had to do a highway code or a theory today,
trouble.
Forget it.
Trouble.
Forget it. Didn't you? Yeah. I can't. Nah.
Yeah. Because I'm thinking, what about that sign means that you can't? Because it's not circles. Circles do not, I swear. I swear they're like unless they are. A do not, like don't do something.
I feel like it's the colour. So as much as the
was
triangle,
the whole thing red? It was just a red
circle with a white in the middle and then the black icons.
Guys, we're missing something here.
It's a money-making scam.
We're definitely missing something.
It's actually a money-making scam, I've decided, because that sign makes no sense. Any sign that you can't do something, in my opinion, it's got a cross through it. The only signs that have a red circle with information in the middle is like just information like speed limit.
Or like don't go through.
Yeah, no entry.
Yeah, no entry.
But just a circle with icons.
Maybe the circles means don't you even try it.
Maybe it means don't even.
Maybe it means don't try it.
I think I'll be happy to go with that.
That might make sense, because if it's a 20 in a red circle, don't try. Go above 20. It's making sense, innit? Gosh, we should switch in classes.
I'm happy to go with don't try it. Yeah.
Don't try it. Yeah. I think it's making.
Yeah.
What else has a circle?
Yeah, off head, speed limits, isn't it?
The one, no, that's a triangle. The one, like, you have priority. For example.
Oh, yes.
That's a triangle, but
yes.
give way, isn't it?
I don't remember.
There's a big arrow and a small arrow for give way.
For the priority sign, yeah.
But is it a circle or a triangle?
I want to say that's in a circle, you know.
So exactly, don't even try
not let the other person
exactly.
Yeah.
I think it's making sense. Guys, thank you so much for having me.
I feel like if I did a driving test today or my driving lesson today, I would be like, what?
There's so much to remember as well.
I don't remember doing this one bit. Like this.
Do you guys remember what to do when you pull off?
This 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 thing.
There's 6 actually.
There's 6.
Yeah. 6.
Where's the 6th?
So, blind spot.
Yeah.
Mirror.
Yeah.
Outer road.
Oh wow.
Mirror.
Blind spot.
Yeah.
I don't think I ever did outer road. I was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you do.
No,
and then,
no, you have to.
And 6 now.
Yeah, 6.
Mad.
I know, it's crazy.
Yeah, no,
I've never moved my head so much in my life.
And do you know why it's mad? Because granted, when you're comfortable driving, you actually do that.
Yeah,
but
regardless.
naturally you don't do. You just
Yeah.
go. And then you're out.
Yeah.
But depending on where you are, I often just go, if I'm here and I'm pulling out this way, but the road is here, I'm like, off, my seatbelt's not even on yet. Music's on, I'm winding down my window, then I'm like, okay.
Get yourself ready.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I learned a lot today.
Good.
Yeah.
Good.
And it made me realise that my old instructor was taking a piss out of my life.
Why?
I did 40 hours. I don't remember doing that many head turns in my life.
Yeah, no, they wanted your money.
Yeah,
That's
they
mad.
did. Very rude.
That's mad. What's your instructor saying? You're going to be ready for your test when?
No. Because I did 40 hours, I'm like, right, I did so many hours, like I couldn't, it's just like a little bit more to go, and then I do this test, so I only booked 15 more hours in an intensive course.
Yeah. Hence
why I did 5 hours. And then once I got there today, he was like, you know nothing. You haven't even been on a dual carriageway. I'm even scared to go on there. What's dual? There's 2 of them. Please, I don't have time for it. I haven't been on the dual carriageway. I haven't been on a motorway. I haven't gone past even 30.
Oh, yeah, no.
And I've done 40 hours, guys.
That's not making sense.
Yeah, I know.
Wow.
It's peak.
That's not making
I
sense.
know.
Yeah. But hopefully, with these, you can just bang out 5 hours and bang out maybe another 40 hours. And that will
Not
take
40.
you...
I'm doing like 25. Come on. It's intense. Why would it be intense when I'm doing the same shit as I was before? I'm allowed to swear, by the way.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But at the same time, if you've done 40 hours and you're not further along...
Yeah, that's my feelings.
I feel like you...
But if I do another 40 hours, that's crazy. 80 hours. Is that what I'm going to tell my children? Do you know what I'm saying? Is that what I'm going to start telling people?
But you know what? Hours. If you did 80 hours and you passed first time, it's worth the hours.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, you got to run 20 hours again and run 20 hours again and run 20 hours again until you pass.
I mean, I do hear that.
It's
but imagine I do 8 hours and I don't pass. God forbid.
You're going to pass.
Well, okay, amen. I like
You're going to pass.
Thank you.
You're going to pass.
Amen.
On the topic of like life experiences, take me back to Henrie in like, I'm guessing your age kind of, like 98?
Huh?
Like childhood. That's childhood for you, right?
I was 2.
You was
3.
2? Okay.
Yeah.
2000, maybe.
How old did you think I was?
27, 8?
Oh, I am 27.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's just terrible
That's
maths.
really good, yeah. Do you know what? Same, don't worry.
Yeah, so take me back to your childhood. So, like, what does that time in your life, what do you remember about that time in your life?
Like primary school or secondary?
You go to primary school at age 5.
Yeah. I loved Barbie. Loved being a Barbie girl. I don't really had, you know when people are like, oh my gosh, I have so many memories. I don't think I've got that many memories. I remember like a Barbie camera from when I was young. I remember going to visit Princess Diana's theme park. Oh, okay, that sounds crazy.
Where?
Oh, sorry, it wasn't a theme park. I'm sorry. She had... She had a park dedicated to her.
Is it?
Yeah. I don't want to make any more jokes, okay?
Where's this place?
I don't know, but it was in... I didn't make it up. It does exist. So you know when after she passed, I think she passed the year that I was born. So unless she didn't. Unless I'm lying.
You was born when?
95.
Yeah. I remember being very young at that point.
Yeah. I think maybe I was just born. But then my mum, being ethnic and like every other African parent, everybody loves Diana. Like people love her.
Yeah.
So I just remember being like maybe 3, 4, maybe 5, going to her park. She had a park dedicated to her.
Where is it?
I don't know.
That's very interesting.
But we
I'm
went to a
trying to find
park
out
and
this
there
is.
was like water. Not like a slide, but
Just water on the ground.
there was like water, like flowers and stuff. And I don't know, I remember water, but that could also be a lie. Memory is fickle.
So at 5, what we remember right now is that you went to Diana's park and there's water on the ground.
I remember.
And that your mum
Yeah.
loved the royals.
I think
Or
she's
Diana.
like Diana, yeah. And I think the fact that there was like another, oh my gosh, God forgive, I don't want to say amusement park. The fact that there was another tourist attraction to go to, literally, that was like great for the family because we love like going Legoland and all the rest of it. And I remember having a really great primary school teacher. Forgot her name though. I think she was like my year 1 teacher.
Why was she great to you?
She was so nice. She was so lovely. Do you know what I mean? From the hood. And she was so like...
Was she black?
No, she was white, soft-spoken, lovely woman. I forgot her name. And she was... I remember her being like Christian, I think. And because I remember seeing her at like a church event or something like that when I was like year 6. I was like, oh my gosh, why do I know
Miss.
you? Like, missing it. Miss. Literally. And then I remember in year 6, I had a Nigerian teacher called Miss Shongotade. He was incredible, Nigerian. I think maybe my first proper black teacher. Sorry, I need tissue. My nose is full. Excuse me.
I've got tissue. Close.
I think I've got some. Excuse me, I'm definitely a runny nose fan as well.
No, it's fine. Do you want to bring some tissue? Bring it closer.
No, it's okay. As long as I've got one. No, it's okay. So as long as I've got one, I'm good. Sorry.
What even in my hand?
So, apologies. Cut. Yeah. Sorry.
It's alright.
I've been like a runny nose, sinusy type of babe for as long as I can remember.
Do you know what? I feel like I need to talk to her about this because I also have this.
Oh, is it? I'm proper. Sometimes.
But is it something we should look into? Because at the end,
I don't want to look into it
have
anymore.
have you looked into it already?
If I start, the more I look, the worse it even gets.
It's true, but there could be something because I find that if I am in 2 different climates, if I switch climate, I'm immediately But literally, like as in, like I'm asleep and then I wake up and then obviously I acclimatise to the room and I'm like, Or if I'm like in here and I go outside, and if outside was baking hot, I'd be like,
But I think for me, it's this country.
Yeah, I'm allergic.
It's something here. Do you know what? I hear it. Allergic to London. I actually get because even outside of London, I don't get that much hay fever. But inside London, there's something that's happening here. What?
Yeah.
Green gases. Why is it green?
Questions that need answers.
Do you get it?
Questions
if
that
not
need
for
answers.
Pollen. Hello, guys. Are we not working out things here? All right.
Questions that need answers. Yeah. No, facts. I'm going to look into it because I feel like at this stage, I've got to know what's going on.
No, it's a lot. But so I will be like blowing my nose periodically.
It's fine. It's fine. So, okay, that was age 5.
Yeah.
Fast forward maybe 5 years. Age 10. Did you... Are you only child, siblings?
No, I've got 4 siblings.
Okay.
I've got one immediate younger brother who's like 24. And then I've got 3 little sisters who are all under the age of 12.
And how well did you get on with them?
Well, they're so cute, but the generation of today, the children of today, they're different.
Yeah.
Because I don't remember screaming that much when I was a child.
Screaming how?
As in, they'll see, oh my God, Henrie! It's like, no, darling, it's actually okay.
You can
like,
just
you
say
don't,
it normal.
yeah, you can actually be all right. You could be normal. You actually can be fine. They're such like, so energetic. I love it. There's one of them that reminds me of me.
Really?
Like, there's like, they all have like different personalities, but each of them remind me of me in one way or another. The little one talks for England. Love her. She talks for England. As in, she's like 5 years old, asking you why, how come,
Inquisitive.
are you coming next week? Oh, well, do you have a boyfriend? Darling, stop it. Cute. The second one, she's like, it's really funny. They've got like American accents. They've never been to America.
They watch TV.
It's because of YouTube.
They watch, I'm telling you, kids and this American accent thing that they're doing.
If you grew up in South London, do you reckon that you can get away with that? You can never get away with that.
It's so mad.
It's because I'm not seeing you guys often. Your parents are letting you get away with whatever they want to. What?
Yeah.
Like, they're like, the dollar store? The 99p shop. Are you actually having a
Yeah,
laugh?
we don't have one of those.
Yeah, I'm going to go to the Dollar Tree.
It's even Poundland, by the way.
Take it easy. I'm going to go to the store.
They love it.
They're talking about Tesco whole time.
Yeah, it's kids and the TV they watch, because my godchildren are doing it.
I want to make a documentary about them one of these days. I just ask permission from their mum. But I want to make a doc, because why do you have an American accent? You live in Essex, but why? Huh?
Yeah.
And like they're growing out of it now. Like the little one has grown out of it, but the two older ones have actually. Maybe the oldest one is growing out of it. The middle one though, she could be from the Bronx. You would never know.
She's going heavy with the accent.
I'm telling you. And then you ask like the mum, like, what have you guys been to? Because I know you guys travel. Like, have you guys been to America? They've never gone to America before. Even me in this house, I don't speak with any other accent than my accent. So it's like, where have
they got this from?
Like, YouTube is changing the face of the world. As you know, TikTok is changing the face of the world. So like, I love them so much because they are so much of who I guess I couldn't realize I was even when I was that age. Do you know what I mean? Like when all of that gets like stifled out of you because of the world that you live in, because of the area that you're from, they're literally free in a whole Essex to have
American
a New York accent. And no one can tell them anything. Even me, I'm saying change. They will never. Literally.
That's crazy. And your brother?
My brother's 24. He is like my first son.
Really?
Which is so weird because we used to fight all the time. But yeah, I love him to bits. He is, for me, the guy that actually has the humour in the family.
Okay.
My dad, my whole family is full of like very quirky people. I don't know if they know that they're quirky. Do you know what I mean? I think that to them, they're living a normal life. Yeah. But they're very like different. So when they want to be like, when it's time for jokes and stuff, they're so like, well, how did you come up with that? Like, why are you saying these things right now? My brother is hilarious. Dad is hilarious. Mum is funny, but like a mad type of funny. Like she's just, there was one time, you know, when England played in the World Cup, so not the one that just went, the one before that, Frank Lampard missed a goal. Bear in mind, she's not from this country, so what are you doing right now, first of all, sis? But then second of all, he missed it. She started rolling on the floor, crying. This is what I'm saying. A family full of quirky people. Like, why are you doing this right now?
She's invested. That's what football does to people, you know.
No, but honey, take it easy. Frank Lampard. Can't even pronounce the name. What?
Don't.
So yeah, like my family's like full of
close.
quirks. Like even down to my dad's wife.
Yeah.
Quirky. Children, quirky. Everyone's got a personality. Everybody's, do you know what I mean? Somebody
That's
who's
lovely,
got a
though.
whole like life to them.
Yeah.
No one's just like a normal person.
Yeah.
Everybody's something.
Yeah, no, that's lovely.
Yeah.
That's lovely. But I think there's even some like deeper truth to that in like the importance of your food.
I believe it's the food. Hello, sir. Sorry, that was crazy. Hello. Sorry. Hello, sorry. Are you downstairs? Okay, cool. I'm going to come and get the food now.
Do you have godchildren yet?
No. I don't know if people trust me with the responsibility.
Do you know what? It's actually a mad responsibility, and I really wonder whether people genuinely deep like what the responsibility actually entails. Because
you do actually have to be in that child's life, but there's a lot of like even with godparents, yeah. I know godparents where I made you my child's godparent because I liked you, but I now no longer like you. So what does that mean? Do you know what I mean? Am I still acting? Do I still even get to see your child? Like what? Not me personally. These are stories that I've heard.
Yeah, circumstances. Yeah.
As a godparent, you should still have a good relationship
Shit with the child. Yeah.
But you're not friends with the mum. So every time the mum opens the door, what, you're gonna be cutting the eyes?
It was the same with family though.
True, but I think with family, what people say, and this is not what I believe, but obviously what people say is that, all right, cool, even if you don't like your aunt, it's still your auntie. This is someone that's your friend.
Yeah, but I mean, like, say like you didn't like your aunt, like your cousin is there in it. Like, say it's not even you. Say you and your sibling didn't like each other, but they had a child. You would still be in that child's life. It's not between you and your sibling.
No, true.
Yeah.
So I think with godparents, it should be the same. You should be able to, even if it's you have to learn to be civil. You have to learn to do that because it's more important to be the support for the child.
I don't think people take it as seriously as they used to, godparenting, because even from the things that I hear, they take the friendship more than the child. I think so.
Yeah,
that's from what I've heard anyway.
Yeah, I even think like I now have 4.
Godchildren. Yeah. Oh my gosh, adorable.
And for me, like, I take that thing like as serious as a judge, because one, I don't have, but again, I take it seriously, and I don't think I'm going to take it any less seriously when I have my own children, because of capacity. I'm just not going to be able to be there in the same way. That little fly is even annoying. But I do think that, like, the generic, not even generic, the actual definition of being a godparent is like, if something happens to these people, they entrust you now to take care of their children and bring them up, etc. So for me, like, even when two of my godchildren in particular, I've been a lot closer to them. And when we've been doing stuff, granted, when they were really young, I used to say, "Oh, my son, my son, my son," and sometimes they used to get a bit confused. And they'd say, "Mummy," and I'd be like, "No, I'm Auntie Can." But even though they now know that I'm not their mum, sometimes they say, "Oh, mummy," and then they're like, "Auntie Can," and it's like, but I think that in them doing that is a sign of the similarity they see between how I am with them and how their mum is with them.
But the thing is, if you're now the responsible one, everybody will always want you to be the godmother. Now you've got 12 god babies. You're buying
And
12 Christmases.
Christmas is money. Yeah.
What?
One of my good friends is actually, she's got, I want to say she maybe even has 12 or 10 godchildren.
What?
So Christmas is, and generally, even if you think about the year, like she might have 3
Birthdays.
birthdays in March, couple in April, October,
It's
then
a lot.
Christmas, and then, yeah, it is a lot.
It definitely is a lot.
It is a lot. But I think that,
But yeah, children in themselves are a gift. Even me, I'll be like, yeah, take everything you want. Rob me, I don't mind. Honestly.
Yeah. And I think they're such a blessing. They are such a blessing. I know that's like kind of up for debate depending on the circumstances in which the woman becomes pregnant. But I think generally speaking, children are, I asked my godchildren to stay small. And they did say but like the other day I was like, guys, we had a conversation about you staying young and now you're 4, so I don't understand.
And now you're 5'4". I beg, just go back and
I was like, I don't understand what's happening. And they're looking at me like,
it's beautiful watching them grow as well. I can't even count. You know, like when it's been 2 weeks and they've shot up, it's like,
what?
Sarah and Mem.
It's actually mad. So me, it's when they go from no teeth to like 4. And I'm like,
But when you weren't talking, and I, Daddy, Mama.
The evolution of a child is actually insane.
Beautiful.
It's insane.
I love like the whole process of the fact that I was there when you couldn't talk, and now you can.
And now you can talk. Yeah. Hearing a child's voice, for me, is like one of the most exciting parts. Like, what are you going to sound like?
Yeah.
Like, are you going to have a husky voice? Is it going to be like this? Is it going
One
to
of my
be
little
like that?
sisters has a husky. You'd think she was a smoker.
Is it?
Her voice is husky.
Is
That's why she
it?
reminds me of me as well.
Yeah.
I love it. So, but her voice is like kind of like this. I'm like, bro, like, why are you talking like that?
On the topic of evolution, we've now done what your life was like at like 10, 15. Did you grow up in South? You grew up, your whole life you've lived in South? Okay. Where did you go to college? Did you go to college?
Yeah, sixth form.
Sixth form.
After coming from a predominantly black, well, I've been so privileged in life, and I think it's a privilege anyway, where I've been in predominantly black schools and black classes all the way up until year 9.
Oh, wow.
Which is so much. And even in secondary school, it was all girls, so it was only black women from year 7 to year 9.
How was all girls school?
It was great. A lot of people hated it. Not in my school anyway, but a lot of people, you asked them about like all girls school. Yeah, it was. We had the best time. Barrel of laughs, just stupid stuff every day. Nobody was serious. I loved it, but we still got good grades. So that's all that actually matters.
That sounds like
No, it was really, really. I think it was just our year. Our year had some pass up, but just not as much as the year above or the year below. So our year was actually pretty good. We had a pretty good time and a lot of stories to tell as well. But I went to predominantly white sixth form after so many years. It's only even after year 9 that I realised that there's other people than me. In my class, in secondary school from year 7 to year 9, there was one white girl. Her name was Eileen.
Do you know how like foreign this sounds?
I know. Nobody ever like. Everyone's like, I've never had that before.
I'm usually the other way around.
Yeah, we only had one white girl. Her name was Eileen. In other classes, I think they had, but in my class, wow. And then after year 9, I realised that there was more to life than us and Eileen.
Shout out Eileen.
No, shout out Eileen in Ireland, wherever you are. Like, that I realised that there's more to life than us, because now I had to like adapt to new, different types of people that speak differently, that everything was different.
Yeah.
But I loved it though, because it allowed me to kind of expand my vocabulary, expand my humour, expand my what I listen to, expand. So now it's like, Henrie, what were you listening to when you're growing up? And maybe from like year 7 to year 9 was Channel U only, or like literally black music,
MTV based,
literally only MTV only. But then I got to year 9, met different people. Why do I love Paramore? All right then, honey. Why am I the first person in a cinema for Twilight? All right, hun. Like, I loved it all. And I got to understand, that was like almost like the kind of start of Stan era. Not that I was a Stan, really. I was just enjoying what everybody else enjoyed. But that was like the beginning of me seeing like, like shit, there's a lot of different types of people that enjoy Zac Efron.
Yeah.
Like, people love the Jonas Brothers. Like, I didn't know any. So now I can sing all the lyrics to Burning Up.
Meanwhile, you're like, what song is that?
Yeah, do you know what I'm saying?
But
so,
that's what life will do, innit?
Yeah,
like, different
1000%.
environments
100%.
will open you up to various different types of people.
Super important,
Very.
because you like know how to. Well, not that you can't anyway, because who you are is good enough, regardless of what area you come from, no matter where you're at.
Yeah.
But it just allowed me to like seamlessly fit into places. Seamlessly is a mirror. Some bits were still fraying, some bits were still sticking out, but as seamlessly as I could fit into places and talk to people. Whereas before, I don't think I'd even know how to have those conversations, or even know what to say. So yeah.
And how has that impacted, or has it impacted your journey into broadcast?
Yeah, a little bit. So from going into like sixth form, I went to sixth form a long way away from where I lived. I was the only person, but I was serious about education. I knew that.
Is your family serious about education as well?
Yeah, my family's serious about education. But my mum didn't really understand. She would act like she'd understand. Again, a family full of just crazy people. She'd act like she'd understand. Yeah, you're going to this school and you're going to be. You don't even know what the grades are, baby. Like, you don't even know what's going on. You're just saying things just to talk. So it was me. Like, I had to really go on Google and like really check and see go on and see who was going where and I think I was the only person from my secondary school to go to the school that I went to the sixth form that I went to, and that never happened. Yeah, everybody had like their groups of 4, 5 going to this place, staying in the south, going to Richmond, going to and it was me one.
Why did you choose to go to the sixth form you went to the course?
They had not even just the course, because all I chose was media, sociology, English, and there's another one, history.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow, that's a very diverse selection of subjects. Yes.
I reckon they fit into each other perfectly.
Make the link.
So they're all like ridiculously essay based, mostly subjective and opinion based, very deductive. So it's like, what have you seen and what do you get from that? And I love stuff like that. I love giving my opinion. What? So even going into like a white sixth form, which is where I wanted to get to, you really had to learn. Like, sometimes you had to bring the fact that you're from South, but otherwise you're not going to treat me any less just because of where I'm from, just because I travelled 2 hours to be here. But the fact that I travelled 2 hours to be here should show you that I want to get my good grades. Hello? Yeah. I need to be here, because we don't know what the roads have for me. For real, we don't know what the roads have. Yeah. So that being in that sixth form taught me even more, but I have to give it all to the friends that I made when I was in secondary school. Like, it just taught me so much. Every day was like made in Chelsea. Every day was like 90210. And you really had to be like, okay, so what, you reckon she's stealing you from your best friend? Do you know what I mean? Like, you really had to like get your mind into that space. Like, and so it taught me a lot. I liked some bits of it.
Yeah, and that's what life will do.
Yeah.
That I think it is so important to not even always intentionally, because you don't know what you don't know, but put yourself in spaces where it allows you to interact with people that generally you just never would. And because of that, you just learn so much about how to maneuver certain circumstances, how to get yourself into particular positions, how to get yourself out of certain circumstances, how to be able to talk. And I'm big on like language. Like I've as I said, like I come from a journalism background, so everything for me is about words. So like, I'm generally not somebody that feels like I need to constantly raise my voice
Yeah.
to get my point across.
I hear you, baby.
I'm big on like not making it a massive, like
I
making
wish
it a
that
massive
was me.
scene.
I wish that was
But
me.
I understand why people do that.
Well,
I understand why people do that.
That's-
dependent on the altercation. That becomes the problem rather than the conversation becoming the solution.
Yeah, okay.
So,
You're right.
but I think that in light of your confidence and all of the experience that you've been through to bring you to the career path that you've taken, you started at Represent.
Yes.
And talk to me about that experience. How did that happen?
Ooh, gosh, it's been a long journey with Rep. So I remember being in secondary school and it was time for year 9 actually. And it was time for everybody to do their work experience. And everyone was like, yeah, I'm going to go work in a school. I'm going to work in this school. I'm going to work in like Superdrug. I was like, I don't want to do any of that kind of stuff. I would love to do something media based. So then I created an email account for myself. My first ever one proper. And then I started like emailing all like Metro and BuzzFeed and ITV and BBC. And a lot of people actually came back to me.
Oh, wicked.
They were like, oh, you're too young. Sorry, you can't have it. You're 14 years old. You need to be at least 18 to work in the building. I was like, please, I'll just make the coffees. I just want to be here. Like just for 2 weeks. Who will it kill? Do you know what I'm saying? Well, they still said no. The only people that said yes was Represent.
Okay.
So I did work experience with them for a week. And then I kind of just like stayed in contact with them because where they were like based in Peckham at first, really close to my house, knew everybody that went there. So even though I wasn't like really in there, because I knew people in there, it kind of felt like I was a part of like that kind of crowd anyway. Going to festivals, really fun. Like who doesn't like doing that? And then kind of left it for a bit until uni. I kind of
So when you say left it for a bit, you did your work experience, then that was finished.
Yeah, but I was still like in and out. So
Okay.
I like see people there,
Okay.
like I don't know, again, just where it was in Peckham, it was like the hotspot kind of thing. Like everybody would go there. So many people by that time had already been through, and a lot of the people that we see now literally started off at Represent anyway, like from artists to producers to presenters, like bare people. So it was just like a cool, even though nobody knew where they were going to be by now, but back then it was just a cool place to hang out, almost like a youth club, almost. So so just kind of in and out of there, and then kind of getting into sixth form me type. I remember kind of going there and I did like another course with them where I learned how to like edit and all the rest of it, and then went off to uni. Now in uni I hardly could see them. I went to uni in Leeds, but then when I graduated,
What did you study? Media?
Broadcast journalism. I didn't want to be a journalist though, so honestly, congratulations. I could never, I could never do it. I hated that. But the broadcast side though was great, but the journalism side I wasn't too hot on. So I went after graduating. I kind of went back and I was like, oh, I would love to have a show. I need a show, and I was doing radio at uni as well. Okay. So I was like, yeah, I've been doing it for uni. I've got like 3 years experience in it. Can I have a show, please? Please, I've got nothing else, please. And then they gave me a show on a Friday morning. Or like 10 o'clock, so it wasn't exactly breakfast, but it was like the show just after breakfast. And I went from there to drive time, and then moved from drive time to...
What time's drive time?
Drive time is 5 to 7, yeah. So, that's how it started.
Love that. Love that. And in those early years, what do you think your perception of radio was, and how did that match up to what it actually was like?
Oh, that's a good question. I thought radio was people who always have something to say all the time, but they say it in such a incredible way. Like, how are you so eloquent? And it literally is exactly that. It is like sometimes I've got scripts, some people have scripts, but some people are literally able to just talk. And it just happens and it just flows and it just sounds great. I'm just like, yeah, this is great. I love everything about it. I want to learn how to do it. So it kind of is that. I can't cap. Yeah, that is exactly what radio is being enthusiastic about music. Always thought it was that as well. I thought that the presenters probably would do a bit more on the production side. But when you get into like mainstream radio, you don't do that. You literally are just there just to open your mouth and talk. Do you know what I mean? Everything else, even though there's a desk to drive, all the other production stuff is done on the other side. But I was doing a lot of the production stuff as well. So I was editing, I was doing...
Oh, sick.
Also, I was doing everything.
Experience there.
Yeah, literally all that experience there. And Yeah, like even feature wise, I thought like the features, which is like a segment of the show, so it could be like a game that you play or like your favorite songs, or I thought that it had to be like super detailed and super, and sometimes it can be, but not all the time. It has to be. Some features are really simple and loved throughout the literally throughout the, especially like in the era of Radio 1, which I loved Radio 1 and 1 Extra when I was growing up. We had like Matt Edmondson, Greg James, what's this other guy? And he only just left recently. Forgot his name. But those guys were great, especially the Matt Edmondson and the Greg James and Scott Mills and all of those people, because their features were incredible. And that's how I saw, like, for me anyway, the first time that radio was put onto like onto your screens. Because I think Matt Edmondson, he used to have something called Innuendo Bingo. And Innuendo, do you remember? And it's like it's so saucy. Yeah. For it, it's so saucy, but I'm like, oh my gosh, you can get away with this. Fair. A whole different type of banter than what I'm used to, but I'm still laughing and I'm really enjoying myself. Yeah. And then they had the thing where, like, you know, when you put water in your mouth on the first person, if you laugh, obviously the water gets spat onto them. I'm like, bro, how are you doing this on radio? Like, that's crazy. Not even just mainstream, on radio, flat. It means that nothing is impossible. Any idea that you have is achievable, you can do it, and you can expand on the traditional medium that is radio. You don't have to be stuck to your excuse me, I'm so sorry. Your mic and your camera, do you know what I'm saying? So when I saw that, I was like, this is mad cool. Obviously, can I do the same thing? The humour is like the Year 9 humour that I was talking to you about, where it's like you had to expand your mind to like kind of understand it. You had to be in a different space. Yeah. But I can't replicate it, but I know that there's something in there that can resonate with me somewhere. So I love that so much. I love that for you. And the transition between Represent and Kiss, how did that come about? Good question. So, kind of a big transition. They asked me to do a demo. As in Kiss asked me to do a demo. Okay, so they reached out to you? Yeah. So I was still at Represent at the time. And I'd been demoing for a few places. And I don't know. What does the demo include? A demo is like when you create a like mini showreel kind of thing. So I just did one from scratch. I could have put something together, but I was like, let me just do one from scratch. I love doing that kind of stuff. Anyway, and it just means that you just end up doing like a mini radio show from home, so you still end up having fun. So I did a mini demo for them of what a show like mine could and would sound like. Sent it over to them. They were like, oh my gosh, yeah, I love this. Would you like to do a show? I was like, oh, where? They were like, Kiss. I said, what? Kiss, as in like Kiss. Kiss FM. Trust me, I don't know why I was expecting Fresh, but even though Fresh is, I still have a show on Fresh now. I've got 2 shows on Kiss, 1 show on Fresh. Oh, wicked. And I love Fresh. I love the music. Yeah. It's literally who I am. Yeah. But Kiss is so like Harry Styles. It's Ariana Grande. It's Lizzo. Do you get it? Yeah. Different. Yeah. But then I've been not fighting, but at least speaking about for a while that someone who looks like me, sounds like me, is from South, should be able to be on mainstream radio, no issue. Because who told you that I don't listen to these type of artists? Harry Styles. I don't know what Harry Styles, so that's not Harry's not the perfect example. Well, who told you I don't listen to Katy Perry? Yeah. Who told you that I don't listen to who's that other one? The fact that I don't know her name is actually proving my point wrong. Okay. I'm Taylor Swift is the one. Is that who you think? It's just that I've got a bad memory. I know exactly what I'm talking about. It's the day job. Like, who told you that I don't listen to all of these people? Do you know what I mean? I've been talking about that ever since. Like, there's no reason why someone like me shouldn't be on national mainstream radio. Yeah. And not even trying to like code switch, but literally saying that was a sick song, I like. And that's what exactly what I'll be saying on Kiss. Yeah. Because it was a sick song. Yeah. I like. Yeah. So that's what I would love to see more of, because I think sometimes, even me, maybe I might put myself into a box, but the world is so large and there's so much for black people to explore and embrace and look forward to. And I love seeing it. You know, like when you're, let's say, a drill artist. Unknown T is my favourite example of this. Drill artist, baby, bend your back and then dig it. You never know where my guy could have gone with that. You never know, yeah? But then I saw him in The Guardian. The Guardian? Are you crazy? The Guardian? Yeah, sick. That's when I was like, yeah, this guy's clear. It's different. And now he's walking runways And he's a drill rapper. So that's what I'm saying. It doesn't matter who you are. As a black person, never confine yourself. Like, if you like a lot of things, do a lot of things. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, do it all.
Yeah.
And enjoy yourself whilst doing it as well.
As you were talking, I pulled a parallel from your schooling and how you went to a school that you were the only you were part of. There was only only one white girl, and then you went somewhere where you were in the minority. So there's definitely something about your character that is like, actually, if I want to do this thing, I'm actually going to do this thing, and I'm going to put myself in position and places and spaces where
it's a bit uncomfortable.
Yeah, it's a bit uncomfortable,
And it was.
but not necessarily intentionally. Like, do you know what? It's uncomfortable, so I'm going to run to it. But it's more like, I like doing this. When you arrive, you think, oh, okay. But anyway, we move, and I think that is signs of somebody who is very resilient, very charismatic as well. So I think it takes a lot to be able to put yourself in sink or swim situations often, because I feel like Kiss and Fresh is your primary school.
It's my playlist even.
Yeah. Fresh is your primary school,
for real.
but Kiss is your college. Is your sixth form. So for me, it's like your whole life.
Absolutely.
You've had this like crossover of like who I am, but also what I'm interested in, and being able to find places and spaces to merge the two.
I very much hear it. I like that. Thank you.
No, I saw it as you were talking. So I think in light of all of that, from a music point of view, what does, aside from like the day job, what does music actually mean to you?
Let me finish this meat.
So let me finish the meat.